Hey, welcome back to another Sakuga Breakdown here on Channel Cozy. My name is Neil, and today what we're going to go ahead and do is actually handle one of my all-time favorite shows, Michiko to Hatchin. And since we're on the subject of knives from the last episode or the last segment where we covered Attack on Titan, and that will be located in the annotation and in the description below if you want to watch that one. We're going to stay on the subject of the knives, and this one is a knife kick or a knife drop into the wall, and this one focuses more on frame manipulation or frame management and anticipation. So this one's going to be an exciting one. Let's get into it. I'm going to it starts out with the knife in one frame here, and there's a good amount of single frames in this one, and there's a good mixture of frames in this cut actually, where it goes from 1s, 2s, 3s, even 4s. And we're going to go ahead and look at that and how it changed the pacing of the animation, or changed the pacing of the cut, and how much energy and how much was behind these four frame lasting drawings. So it starts out with the knife in the first frame. It's blurred out, so the knife, from the beginning of the video, saw the knife was falling out of Michiko's hands, and it was falling in this direction, slightly in this direction, not completely down forward. So it's coming down in a angled direction, so we're going to draw the arrow there, and it's blurred out just to show the spatial difference. I'm sure it's going to unblur in the next frame. Yep, there it goes. And then in the next frame, you get a good drawing of the entire knife. There's a lot of Gaussian blur here, famous for animes. And then it goes into, this is where it goes into threes. 1, 2, 3. See, 1, 2, 3. So it goes 219, 220, 221 falls on that third frame. And you can imagine the blade. The thing is with this animation, or this cut, it has a lot of presumptions put into it, so it doesn't even need all the extra drawings indicating that it's slid on the floor or what have you and flipped up, because it already indicates here with the little smurs. You're not even going to really pick up on that, but that extra, that attention, that's good foresight, that's good detailing. And so it's slid up. And remember, it's actually still going in this direction, so it's not angled. It's drawn at a front view, honestly, but it's honestly angled. I can see it's angled a little bit this way, and it turns, it flips, it clips onto the floor a little bit. There's a little dust particle, or if you want to call it a little ground, a little cement there pops up. Nice little thing. And it bounces up, another one, I believe that's the same one actually, it just comes up and it follows the blade, and it's actually, you can see how it's still angled this way, it's turning this way, and that bounce, and this is where it gets interesting. You can see all these were on 1s, and that's really just nice. It shows the speed of how the knife is being turned, or shows the speed of how the knife bounced onto the floor. And it's really evident in it. That's when then the animator comes in, slows down everything with just a hard punching 4-frame drawing. And this is what I was getting into the last video with Attack on Titan. Why didn't they leave the knife going into the rope on 3 frames just to hold it just a little bit? It's not that important, or it's not going to show much significance, but honestly it does. And this is where that anticipation comes in, when I was talking about into that last video. And he holds it for 4 frames just to get that punch. Bop, there goes the kick. You don't even need to draw the foot hitting the knife or the foot coming in contact with the knife, because to the viewer, the viewer already knows what's going to happen in that situation. So the 4 frames already holds all that pre-anticipation, or that pre-knowledge, or that pre-vision into the kick, and the foot just follows it. So you don't even need an extra frame here coming in with the kick or the contact with the foot to the knife. It would have been nice, honestly, if they had the foot coming in contact here and there was a little smur. But I believe that would have lasted possibly 1 frame. It would have looked nice, but it was not needed. And then it goes into 2s. Let's go ahead and draw a little dot there. And the the foot starts to come out of frame, and then add a little smur. And the thing is, the foot does not come out of the frame. That's what makes this cut so insane, bro. He kept the foot, and it curves down into the edge here of or into the edge of the canvas, and it comes down and comes out, keeping the foot into that tight area, because they're roughing it out into a closed space. And let's go ahead and focus on the knife here at this moment. And the knife has been kicked into a spatial distance, so now it's going to bounce off this wall right here. And just that use of 4 frames again with this drawing, ooh, it just gives it that extra oomph, you know what I'm saying? Just that extra bop, and it just comes out perfectly. And he held it the drawer, the animator held it for 2 frames, flipped it once more just to give it that, once it comes in contact with the wall, it doesn't actually come in contact with the wall. It comes in contact with the wall actually in this area. It's not going to be shown or drawn that it comes in contact with the wall, but the next frame indicates bop. It comes right back, shimmers off, kept that frame actually for 2 frames, and gives it 1 single frame. Each of these shimmers got 1 frame, comes back, bounces in, and I hope you notice that the foot comes back over here. See how it rounds out? And that's a very important part. It doesn't just kick and then come straight back. He or she keeps it into the frame, comes around, slows down, stops at this point, and that's where he gets control of the energy, gets in control of his foot, and then it reaches back. Because you can also remember that he's in a tussle with Michiko on top of his head, or on top of his body, so he has to keep all that weight on top of him and try to bring his foot back into place to balance himself out. And the real important part is that gives this cut so much power is the sound design again, and the character or the voiceover. Because when he kicks the knife at this part, you can hear that and it just emphasizes that struggle that he's in, and he's just like, oh god, get that, just trying to maneuver all these movements and all these actions and actually get composure of himself and bring himself back to release the danger, which is the knife, get his balance back, and get back into contact with Michiko on his terms. And we'll finish it off where the knife flips and flies over, and at that point it's just going to fall onto the floor. And the best part about this, in the next frame or in the continuing cuts or the scene itself, you can hear the knife in the background still falling onto the floor. And that's also great sound design and great sound and sound effect input to keep everything, show it right here. So everybody's here, and you can still hear it in the bottom, and you can even see the closed space that he's in right here. It's not much space that he has to work with, and how compact and how closed in he is in the space that he has to work with in getting himself back together and everything in this little tussle. But this one was a quick one. This one didn't have much. It had a lot to it, honestly, and it just shows how good an animation or cut can be with frame manipulation or frame management. And if you just know how to utilize each drawing, this one was a good one. I really love this one. This one, oh, when I first saw this, I just always stuck in my head for years now, and I just love. Never really dissected it and saw the frames itself, but this one was great. But anyways, check out my other video. There's one for Attack on Titan where I dissect the knife cut into the rope. That will be linked in the description below. Please give this video a like and give this video a thumbs up and comment below. And see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.